Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. We're going to go over energy and do a technical analysis on energy, and I'm considering energy, oil, natural gas, and solar. So we're going to dive in here. I'll cover these. These are also some of my favorite sectors. Energy in general, I'm going to show you the ratio first. So I'm going to go over the ratio, the oil price, and then I'm going to go into some of the individual companies that I like. Energy is incredibly cheap, and I think we have a big opportunity ahead of us. I think it's also going to be in favor coming up here very soon after you see the charts. So I'm going to give you my opinion. This is just my financial opinion. Please don't take it as advice, and make sure whatever you use from this, it fits within your investment strategy. So here we go. This is energy. Now, I got the gold to oil ratio pulled up here. We have not broken out of the uptrend channel yet. This channel has been moving higher over time since the last bull market, commodity bull market that ended in 2008, which ended right here. Then we went into a recovery phase of real estate, which is a lower inflationary period. And we've been in this low inflationary period, low interest rate environment for a while. And I am proposing that we could potentially be breaking out of this channel very soon, heading probably below 10. This was a very low number down here, and I expect it to move on down over some years. So we are still at incredibly low valuations for this gold to oil ratio. Now, you might be asking, why would I expect oil to outperform gold and this ratio to compress over time? Why would I think that? There's multiple things. We're in an expansionary phase of real estate, which is usually inflationary. We're just entering one. And we can also verify that with the oil price just about to break out, just breaking out of its downtrend line in this upward channel, sloping channel. This is probably going to head over time up somewhere up here. If it were to contact this channel again, it'd be multi-$100. Remember, this is from 100 to 1,000. So in the middle here is about 500, would be somewhere in here. 500 is up here, so maybe $300-$400 a barrel, something like that, is the high end. I don't know if it's going to get there, but that's kind of the high end. Now, usually we back test here. So if we do kind of a zoom in here, we could potentially head a little bit, sideways to lower in the short term, kind of zigzag out in here. And then I think we're going to eventually move higher after that. But I think we might see some zigging and zagging over the next few days. Natural gas, it looks like we have a little bit of a short-term topping pattern. So we could see this reverse a little bit lower over the short term. Looking at some of the companies, though, they're looking pretty good. Looks like we broke the downtrend here. We may have a little bit of a sideways movement before moving up. We'll see what happens. Another thing to keep in mind, and I didn't include it in this presentation, but I include it in a lot of the other presentations. If the dollar gets weaker, this will launch higher. So watch the dollar as well. If we see the dollar go weaker, we could see this move on up rapidly too, because oil is one of the largest inflation hedges. Here's Centennial Development Resource. Looks like it's bouncing its, popping its head off, hitting its head on its downtrend line. I'd like to see it break through here. This is one of my favorite companies, SM Energy and Centennial Development Resource Development. And I would be adding, I added here, and I would even add more into strength if we break. Callon Petroleum looked like it broke. It looks pretty good. It's another one of my favorite companies, and we're moving on up. It looks good. Crew Energy, another one. It still hasn't broken out at least this trend, and we've broken out of this one, kind of the steeper one. I like the big up days and smaller down days, so it looks like it's putting in a little bit of a V-shaped bottom. We might go sideways a little bit longer before heading higher. It's my guess. Tetra Technologies looking good. Big up day, small pullback. Big up day, small pullback. A little bloody nose. It's looking good. Now switching to solar, I've got solar in here. I draw the trend line across. We've got a couple of hits here, a hit here, a hit here. And this could be a big launching pad. It could be. Keep in mind, this could also move sideways for a very long time or come back to 70, but it's looking promising. Zoom in on this section here, and it looks like we're trying to break out and go to the upside here. It's what it looks like. This thing, it looks volatile as all get out too. So we'll see if this breaks. This pattern, I've seen this pattern before where you come on down, you do this V bottom type pattern. It kind of wiggles out, and then we move on up. Now, this pattern, if you were to look at this pattern here, 3 humps, comes down to this pattern, and then V's up. I just want to show you something here. Crew Energy is putting in that V, I think, right now. If you look, there's the V pattern here, the V pattern here. The way this thing moves, sideways, up, over. Let's go back here. It's even the sideways movement. Okay, sideways movement comes down, up, over the V pattern, bottom. And then I think we still have to do this on oil, this right-hand side. But this one looks pretty close to moving higher, and hopefully it breaks. Looking at some of the companies, Daku is still in its downtrend here, but it had a massive update today, 17.5%. Go volatility. Beam looks like it's trying to break its little downtrend going on. We do have a kind of a higher lows stepping into it. And it's got that kind of V bottom type deal. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Sunworks is still in its long pattern here. If it breaks the downside, watch out, get out of it. It's like the move didn't work. Breaks to the upside, then we're good. SOL looks like it's trying to break to the upside here. We might have a small down day tomorrow, and then maybe we launch. Maybe not, but it looks pretty good to me. Small down day tomorrow, hopefully. But that's what I've got for the energy sector in its entirety. Watch the dollar too. If the dollar drops to the downside, I've been watching it. The dollar was flat today. That dollar drops. Watch oil, because oil is one of the biggest inflation hedges, and it really likes that dollar dropping. And gold and silver obviously is in that same camp. I think uranium's probably in the same camp. So if that dollar drops, man, we'll see what these things do. I think it's going to be gas through the fire. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.